You said you will introduce my name.
Yes. So I've known Swamiji for over a decade, and today I asked Swamiji, what does your name mean? And he says, you ask me that question, I'll explain. So please start with that, Swamiji. Thank you.
So generally here everywhere people call me Nutan Swamiji, because there was Swamiji and there was another sannyasin in the ashram at that time who was called Chota Swamiji. So naturally Bada and Chota was already engaged. Bada Swamiji is our Swamiji, was referred to as Bada Swamiji. They know all Hindi, no? Bada means big, not physically big, or generally elderly. And Chota Swamiji means younger. So when I joined the ashram, there was a lack of name prefix for Swamiji. So it was given as Nutan Swamiji, the new Swamiji. Nutan means new. So Nutan means new Swamiji. It was given because I had come new, but I like the name because Nutan is the name of the truth also. Brahman is called new, means Chiranutan. He is always new. We always think that something should change and we always look for new. Is it not? A dress, you will not wear the same dress the next day. You are always looking for new. Why we are all having the same dress every day? Because the real new never changes. The only unchanging thing which is ever new, Chiranutana, and it is called Puratana also. Puratana generally we use as old. But it is not so. Puratana means pura api nava iti. It's called Puratana. That is the etymology for Puratana. That means which was even the oldest time you can think of, then also it was new, and it will never remain new because it never changes. It remains always constant. Not constant, it is not an object, so we cannot say anything of that. So Swamiji had named me as Nirviseshananda Tirtha. So many people are not able to pronounce because it's a very big name, but I cannot do anything about it because Swamiji has given me the name. They pronounce in various peculiar way, errors, wrong way. So Nirviseshananda, it has come from Vishesha in Sanskrit means speciality. Something is special. Nirvishesha means which does not have any speciality. Because it is ever new and ever constant, it never changes, so it doesn't have any speciality. And Nirvishesha Ananda means one who takes delight in which is non-special. Actually, it is non-special means that speciality of this truth is that it is not having any speciality. The speciality of this truth is that it doesn't have any speciality because everything is that. Whatever we can see or know in the whole universe, it is all appearing in the truth. So it cannot have any speciality. Suppose a circle, it cannot become a rectangle. The circle is a circle. But suppose the electricity, a simpler example. We see the light, we hear the sound, we have the fan, the AC. All are running by electricity, is it not? But have you seen electricity? Even the lightning we see, it is not the electricity that we are seeing. It is the atoms of the air which are radiating and we are seeing that. Electricity nobody knows also. Only when suppose the bulb has got fused, then electricity nothing has happened. But when all the bulbs suddenly go, you think that the electricity has gone. We have to infer that electricity has gone. Electricity is not visible, not knowable by anything other than its manifestation. Like that, this consciousness or the truth or the Brahman also is known only through its manifestation. So to know the Brahman as it is, we have to go transcend all the manifest universe. So that is called Nirvishesha. So naturally I take delight in that and I am called Nirviseshananda. Is it okay?
Jai Guru, my humble pranams to Pujya Swamiji, Nutan Swamiji and Ma Guru Priyaji. Swamiji, the first question is, through inquiry, self can be revealed to the intellect and mind. However, it is very difficult to recognize this self is the same in everything. Can you please provide how to sharpen our discrimination to discern this one self everywhere? So there are two questions here. How can we practice spirituality while others around you are not interested? And the second one from the same questioner is, can we just practice meditation exclusively as sadhana?
See, meditation people practice for various reasons. Some practice something focusing on others, some practice on the breathing, some practice on something else. But the ultimate meditation, which is called Vedantic meditation, that is to know the self. Or have the Sakshatkara in Sanskrit we say, that the experience of the self. See, generally we do the spirituality, we practice spirituality. Everybody said self-realization, self-realization. That is the common term used. So I have to relate it to that also. The self means what is our real identity. That means we don't know the self, but all of us have some idea about the self because we don't know. We know what we are, but what spirituality says is you don't know what you really are. That means we think this body-mind personality is what I am, and which is different from everybody. Everybody's body-mind personality is different. And that is not the self, because self is identical for everybody. So how to know that my real identity is the self? That is the practice of spirituality. But it doesn't end there. Even knowing that self also, that this is what the self is, the question remains, because we are always defining this self or Brahman or Atma as which is not changing. The ultimate truth, just now as I said, that who is never changing. Can you find anything unchanging in the universe? There is nothing in the creation, whole of creation, which is not changing, is it not? Because anything in creation is born, it is undergoing a change, and it will finally get destroyed or death. So, one way is to find out who am I, that my real identity. Another is to find out the changeless. Again, that can be further related. We are all told that you are all immortal. Srinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha. That you are all children of immortality. That means our real identity is immortal. Now, can you find anything immortal in the universe? Is there anything that is immortal? Immortal means again changeless, which will never die. Everything in the creation is born, even the Big Bang, if you see, the whole universe is born and it is undergoing change, it is moving. The very basis of creation is changefulness. So here nothing is immortal. So only immortal, unchanging reality is our own identity, which is the knower in us, the consciousness in us. So that is how the two gets related. That is, what is the immortal truth, the unchanging truth, and who am I? That is, both are the same. Now suppose in meditation, you have it is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi generally, you come to know the self. Okay, you have been successful in meditation, and you had the anubhuti, had the realization of who am I, the Atma. Now, when you come out of the meditation, you will find two things. One is that in spite of knowing the unchanging truth in meditation, after coming out also we are getting equally agitated, or at least getting agitated, getting affected by sukha dukkha. We don't feel free, that bondage still remains. Bondage means we don't feel, I want to become very good, but I am not able to become. I don't feel freedom at all. I always feel bound by several things. I am getting angry again and again. I don't know how to go beyond it or so. So, when you think that, well, the scriptures say that the truth is unchanging, immortal, is it not? That all, whatever Aravindan sang, it is all saying that it is immortal, unchanging. That is the ultimate truth. So if I have known something in meditation, and after coming out of it I am not knowing it, again I have to go to meditation to know it, then can we call that unchanging? Meditation is a state. You can always, meditation, not only meditation, the ultimate fruition of meditation, which is considered to be Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where you forget what is that? You forget whole world. Why? Because you don't have any thought in that state at all. So when the whole objectude means everything in the world, including your own personality, body, mind, personality, everything has gone. Then we have a touch of the consciousness. Now you can always say that on such and such day, such and such a place, I had the Atma Sakshatkar, I had the experience of the self. Then at that point you had the self and now you don't have the self. But the scriptures say that if it is always same, then I have not known the self even in that case. So although meditation is a process to discover the Atma, to know who am I, to know the self, the next stage of sadhana, which is even more important for everybody, is to see that the whole universe is a manifestation of that self. So I am attempting all the questions together. That is, when you say that I want to see Atma everywhere, you don't see Atma has entered everywhere. It is not like that. The whole universe is appearing in the Atma. How? In the cinema, what is happening? There is war going on, bombing is going on, or so many things, other things, good, bad, everything is going on. We are completely engrossed in that. Suddenly the current goes and the light goes. What happened to the whole field? So was it not that the new world, was it not written on the consciousness? On the light, sorry. Everything, the base material was only light. The whole play of drama and all that war or life or so, whatever was being shown, it is only made of light, is it not? So we don't see it. We get engrossed in the whole play that we forget about the light. Only if the projector is switched off, you understand that it was all in the light. Similarly, in dream, what is happening? Similar things, just like that, you have yourself generated, but it is also happening whole thing. You have created your own new body, mind, identity, a new personality in the dream, walking as yourself. And that body, mind, personality is experiencing the whole dream world, is it not? When you wake up, the whole world has gone, the dream world has gone, your dream body, mind, personality has also gone, is it not? But here you can understand then what was it made of. In dream you saw an aircraft carrier. Was it not made of your own consciousness or mind? Was there any aircraft carrier? It was all created inside. It was manifesting on the consciousness. So you can say that whatever you saw in the dream, in the case of a dream, because you are waking up, and you know that I was seeing the dream, and who was the substratum of the dream? I was the substratum of the dream in which all this happened. So you understand the delusion, that it was all imaginary or it was all I was seeing. It is not real, means it is not in the external objective way. But when we look at it in a proper manner, we find that the whole objective universe is also written on our consciousness. You can easily analyze that also. You will not know anything which is not written, which does not appear in your consciousness. That is why in sleep, whatever happens around you don't know. Or suppose here in the air, are there not air molecules? Are we able to see them separately? If you go further in the elementary particle level, say a little approximation, all are electron, proton, neutron, or electron, proton at least. What are we? It's all the elementary particles, mere of elementary particles. Is it not so? Suppose you develop a microscopic vision, electron microscopic vision. What will all the dresses and all will become useless? They are all made of those particles which are only 2, 3 or a few. Actually not even 2, 3, but let us say like that. So, like that, the whole universe is appearing in the consciousness. So there what happens, this universe and our body-mind personality, which is a product of nature, product of the universe, that also vanishes. That is what is the acme of the peak of meditation, the ultimate result of meditation. So where they are appearing, it is all appearing in the consciousness. You get a feel of it because everything else is disappearing from our consciousness in that point. But the next stage will be to have that particular Atma or whatever we have known in the meditation, to establish that in the wakeful state also, in the interactive state also. Without that, our mind will not be attaining the peace and the transcendence which we are talking about, or what we expect to become. We want to have peace and cheerfulness, happiness and freedom, basically. You should feel free by the spiritual practices. So that will not happen only by meditation. Any number of time you may go to meditation. When you come out of it, you will again be in the same soup. So many people are meditating in the Himalayas and all, there is no scope for us to know what happened to them. Either they will remain quiet, or if they come in the society, they will be troubled. There is no doubt about it, unless they have pursued the knowledge where everything becomes a manifestation in the Atma. That is, everything becomes Atma. So it is not a vision of the eyes or anything that you can see Atma everywhere, or you can see everybody is Atma. It is not a vision of the eye. It is called Ikshana. That is, the Ikshana is the vision of the buddhi, of the understanding, of the intelligence. That is, intelligence has to undergo a transformation by which now, as every objective thing is appearing to be very real to us, and we don't even remember what we are not seeing the consciousness. Whatever we are knowing, without the consciousness we will not know anything. What is the difference between a robot and us? The robot doesn't know what it is doing. It may do much more work than us, is it not? But the poor fellow doesn't know what he is doing, what he is capable of, because that knowledge part is not there. No, knowledge means that consciousness part is not there. It is not able to know. In our case, we know. Even when we are sleeping, we know. We come to know that we slept. Whatever is happening, our main feature is that knowledge, that everything, unless we know, we are nowhere. The whole experience, all are taking place in the consciousness, and we are knowing what are the experiences. Even when there is no signal, like as we say Samadhi, or in deep sleep, who is knowing that? It is the Atma, the consciousness, who is knowing the no signal state of her being also, no signal state of the brain. That is shunya, you call it shunya or whatever, there is no experience. That no experience is also an experience which we are knowing. So, meditation will not take us to that fruition, which is the ultimate fruition, where all our problems will be solved. We will have a transcendental mind and intelligence. But definitely meditation is a process which will help us to attain that. But the ultimate of meditation is the Samadhi, which is only a milestone, or which is only a step in the ultimate process of knowledge or realization. It's not clear, I think, but it won't be clear unless you do it. But if there is question, I can try to. So, as you have said, how can, now one is that exclusive sadhana, that I have replied. How can we practice spirituality while others around you are not interested? You have to practice you have to become spiritual first. Others we can leave. They will become spiritual in your company. So normally others will not be interested. How can you expect others will be interested? They are interested in their own manner. Everybody is, even why we are asking or we are not able to attain this spiritual goal. Because our focus is on small things, is it not? On the objective world. We are all focused on the objective world. Why should they practice spirituality when they find you also interested in the same things? They will not. So you have to be always aware of which is not visible, not small, which is not seen by the sense organs. When that becomes apparent through your behavior, then people around you will automatically get a touch of your ambience, that will make them spiritual to some extent. And even by that also, if they do not become spiritual, it doesn't matter at all. Our spirituality doesn't get decreased by that. Or rather, it gets enhanced when around you people are not spiritual, but you are not getting affected by that. That is the other unaffected state. I mean, it's a higher unaffected state when you find all around criminals or wrongdoers, and even then you are not affected by that. Because that is the way the creation is, that is the way the world is. We have to accept anybody born in this universe has every right to exist. Is it not? Whatever animals, or including human animals, they are born, they are God's creation. And we want God realization. If God has created those beings, should not the God realization includes accepting them also in full love and acceptance? Is it meaningful? They are also they are made by God. And I am trying to understand God's dimension. So unless I am able to embrace them also in my canopy of love and owning them up, then how can I become God realized? We always criticize God, why He has created the criminals and all. Why do we criticize? Because we don't have the dimension of God. So when we are trying to attain the God dimension of God, all these things have to be transcended because God has created them. Until we transcend that preference and prejudice, that we are hateful towards bad and we are running after whatever we feel, what we like, that likes and dislikes, until we transcend that, we will not know the dimension of God. Why He has created, we will ask, created these things. So, we should not be bothered about what people are around. More and more spiritual we become, around us, spirituality will automatically be radiated and there will be some changes in them. So, how to bring up the children is how to bring up ourselves. As we grow the values, we practice the values, they will automatically be influenced by that. To the extent possible, all will not be similarly influenced. And it is not that I am trying to find out self, now I have recognized self in her, now I have recognized self in him. It's not like that. What we have to, exactly like the dream, we have to understand that as all the objects in the dream world, where they were taking place, all the activities, all the objects, were they not existing in my own mind? They were all made of the mind. Like that, what we are now seeing, the objective world also, is all appearing in the consciousness. In the consciousness, when we say, there is a little difference. I did not say my consciousness. They are all appearing in the consciousness. Why? Because as the objects are appearing in the consciousness, my body-mind personality is also an object which is appearing in that consciousness. So can I call that this consciousness is in the body-mind personality, or the body-mind personality is in the consciousness? Which is a truer expression? Body-mind personality is a product of nature. It's an object. So the whole thing is appearing in the consciousness. We get stuck at that point. We think that the dream I understand because it is my dream. But in the case of the universe or the creation, how can it be? Because even when I am sleeping, it is there. Even when I am dead, it is there. We have to understand that I am separating my existence, my I, from everybody by the body-mind personality. But body-mind personality also is existing in that I, appearing in that I. It's not existing, appearing in that I. That part becomes our real difficulty in our sadhana. We are not able to have this involution, I would say.
We learn, chant and listen to so many scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita or the Sahasranamams. Other than chanting, to take in the vibrations of the words, should we not strive to understand the meaning? How far can we get towards practicing the meaning?
Other than chanting, to take in the vibrations of the word, should we not strive to understand the meaning? Definitely. Now I am in global satsang, I am taking Taittiriya. They have clearly designated that how the pronunciation of the words, what we gain by that. And soon it has to be taken to a meditation with the words. And finally from the meditation it has to be taken to the bhava of universality. That is, everything is in me. That is whatever we are talking about. So it is not only the meaning of what we chant. First we have to chant. Then we have to chant correctly. And the perfect chanting will not come unless you know the meaning. This is another aspect of it. Until you know the meaning, the perfect chanting will not come. Even if you know the meaning, the chanting will not be perfect. Unless you grow the bhava. Bhava means the emotion. Suppose you are saying something is great. In English you will say, oh, God is great. Don't you say that? Great. In uttering the word great, unless you know that great means something very big, that great emphasis, accent will not come. Similarly, when we are saying about the Brahman, he is the Mahakarta. Mahakarta means he is doing everything in the whole universe, even the unimaginable activities everywhere, it is all his. So we say Mahakarta. Now if you do not have the meaning, then you will say Mahakarta. That won't say Maha, that Maha will not come out there. And not only that, while knowing the meaning also, when you chant, when you are saying Mahakarta, immediately in your bhava, in your mind, it should come that the whole unimaginable activities going on in the universe, the galaxies are growing, the galaxies are getting destroyed, from there to the trees, flowers, blossoming trees growing, everything is encompassed in that. That bhava, it need not be in this detail. Initially in the meaning you may think in detail, but the bhava will be, the mind will expand to that dimension. While chanting, the mind expands to that ultimate dimension or to any expansion, then the ucharana will be, the pronunciation will be near perfect. It will be meaningful. With that bhava you will grow. Only with the meaning you will not grow. It will remain theoretical. You go on chanting knowing first of all you can go on chanting like a parrot. That is without knowing the meaning. That will have the sound effect. It's not useless, it will have its sound effect. Moreover, if you chant with the proper matras and all, then it will generally, if it's good slokas, say Vishnu Sahasranama or any, it will introduce some sort of a pranayama, because to pronounce them properly, the breathing has to be completely under your control. Without the breathing discipline, you won't be able to chant Vishnu Sahasranama even. So it will introduce some breathing discipline. We call pranayama. Pranasya ayama means the discipline in our breathing process. So whenever we do pranayama, don't we feel very energetic after that, light after that? If you are doing the pranayama properly, even this Kapalbhati and all, you will feel very light, energetic after doing that. Similarly, if you do the chanting properly with proper accent, proper ucharana, after that you should feel very energetic and light. That is without knowing the meaning also. But knowing the meaning, as the chanting becomes more and more perfect, you will find the effect also of the sound will grow, because the sound is now changing. With knowledge of the meaning, the sound is changing. And when you are incorporating the bhava in that emotion, corresponding emotion in that, the chanting will be completely different. It will have effects on others also. Even the animals also will get some influence on it. So, does it answer your question? Suppose you are spending a few minutes in incorporating the universal dimension in your mind. Will it not change your behavior? Definitely. That is what I am saying. Only in meditation, if you feel the change, if you feel an infinite dimension or no dimension, shunya or whatever in meditation, it will have some effect in the interactive state also, but it will be much more when we are able to incorporate that dimension in the interactive state. It will have great effect in the behavior, on the behavior. If it doesn't come, our Shastra says you have not incorporated. As if viveka, that is the discrimination, another question also was that. Discrimination means discriminating between what is true and what is not. Or in our regular affair, we can say what will take us to the ultimate goal, auspicious goal, and what will be just taking us towards more and more enjoyment of other sensory pleasures and all. So if we have the discrimination proper, it must give rise to vairagya, means impersonality of vision, and aloofness in all our behavior, a lessened ego in all our behavior. We always think that what I am saying is, if it is not heard properly, if it is not respected, we get annoyed. That means ego. So vairagya means the lessening of the ego, dilution of the ego. If it doesn't happen, then Shastra says that you don't have discrimination. In English you call it discrimination, we won't call it viveka. Viveka must give rise to vairagya. This is the test. So if my practice is not expanding my mind, making my mind less affected, not unaffected but at least less affected, making my mind all-embracing, expanded, making my mind free from the sangha, that is clinging to various things. It is mine, it is my view, it is others' view, like that. Unless they come down, which means vairagya, that whatever we are doing, it not effective. If you take food and your hunger is not satiated, will you not question the food? That you will do. I am taking food for half an hour, I still feel hungry, then what am I? Am I dreaming or what has happened? So we question the food. In the case of a puja or a practice, should we not question that 60 years I have been doing puja and nothing has happened, I am more angry than I was earlier? So the viveka is necessary in everything. Understanding our perception. So this is, who has brought in this Krishna and all? I think Sally, no? So this is Krishna, baby Gopala Krishna. So one day these two calves, they're the closest friends of Krishna. They came and reported to him that there is one Swamiji called Bhumananda Tirtha in Kerala, Trishur. It seems he is explaining the truth very well. Would you like to go there and see, and we can also come with you? So Krishna said that, well, I can go as I wish, but I cannot take you. So then Krishna, by his wish, he lands in front of Narayana Ashrama Tapovanam. Here a little technical error is that we could not turn because images are all stolen from other places. And how to turn it, that we could not do it. If some expert can do it, it will be a better picture. It can help us. Now our ashram has changed. You will find next Gopuram has come there in the next photograph. Not now, but it is under construction. So Krishna came in front of the ashram. No, the calves are not there. So alone. Hey, the next one. He enters the ashram. See, he is standing in front of the ashram. And you can see Swamiji and Ma standing there on the balcony over there. Is it visible? Yes. Yeah. So, looking at Swamiji itself, he did not have to get the lesson from Swamiji. Krishna got from, what is that called? Dujan Jarkastaka spiritual lesson pechila? Sandipani, na? Sandipani. So, here it is still young. He is still young. But when he saw Swamiji, immediately the truth dawned in him. It happens when we are in front of the Guru, in presence of the Guru, as we are saying that chanting and all. Actually, the presence which matters most. That it is when we are in presence of the Guru who has realized the truth, we will get a touch of the truth. That is why they say, our Shastras say that when you go to a Sadguru, you will find you will come with lot of questions, but when you go to him, you find that all the questions have dissolved. It's a common experience of all. Because of his presence, it happens. Here I am not a Sadguru, but even then nobody is there to ask any question. We have to poke you to ask some questions. So what happened is that truth, immediately by the vision of Swamiji, truth dawned in Krishna. He said, am I seeing the ashram outside? Or ashram is appearing in my mind? Whenever we are putting it, it means thought. That is actually I will not see the ashram. Until it appears in our mind, we will not see it. Until it appears in our consciousness, will we know the ashram? We will not be able to. So, then see the eyes here? He has discovered the truth. Eyes are very appropriate. This, which one to be put where, that I had also some role in that. It's not all Sally's. So you can see the expression. So then he thought that, well, if it is that the ashram, until it appears in my mind or consciousness, I don't see it. That means what I am seeing is appearing in my consciousness. Then my body-mind personality is also appearing in that consciousness. This I was trying to explain to you. That is why I remembered this. That my own body-mind personality is also part of the nature we are observing, we are experiencing. So that is also in the consciousness, in the mind. Are you able to get it? See, as I am saying that whatever this chair, table, until they appear in my consciousness, we will not know it. So what we are really interacting with was not the chair and table, but the chair and table which is appearing in my mind. Suppose these molecules of the air I was saying, we are not knowing them at all, we are not interacting them. But if we develop an electronic vision, electron microscopic vision, then they will appear in our mind. We will be concerned about them. Until they appear, we are not knowing them at all. Similarly, this is Ravi, Dr. Ravi, cardiologist and all. This is also appearing in your mind. The body-mind personality, including all the history and background, is appearing in your mind.
So the inner circle and outer circle is even Krishna is appearing in
that is why we have drawn. This is his mind. He was thinking this is the mind. But including his body is this is a major point here. Thank you for clarifying that.
But everything, history, all of it, it's all
Everything. The whole universe is in your mind. Of which your body-mind personality is a small, tiny speck. an invisible speck. So, if that is so, then this is what the truth is. The whole universe it is in the mind, in the thought, and I am also part of the whole thing is appearing in consciousness. Then mind part we have eliminated. The next. So universe is a state of consciousness. The universe itself is an appearance in the consciousness. So we can call it as, roughly we can call it a state of the consciousness. That is, whole universe is written on consciousness. Have I confused you all?
Swamiji, so then we can draw a circle around Krishna too, right? Circle around Krishna too, because he is part of that.
No, the whole previous one, you see the previous one?
Here also we can do it.
No, here if you do it is gone. That circle means, this means it is a thought of the mind. Here still in this the limit is there, it is individual. In the next one it is not individualistic. It has become now transcendental.
Swamiji, so that is the difference between Dvaitam and Advaitam? Because the first picture was like individual consciousness, and then this would be the universal consciousness. So is that the difference between Dvaitam and Advaitam?
To go to the Advaita state, you have to transcend this I as a knower and what is known. If you think in that manner, it is correct. What is Advaita? Advaita, all our perceptions, I am the knower, and the world I am coming to know. So there is a difference between the knower and the knowledge and the knowing process. We call it Triputi, three divisions. I am the knower, there is a process of knowing, and what I am knowing is the microphone. So the two are different, the three are different. Let us say two, the knower and the known thing. But the Advaya Jnana is that where this subject-object difference, knower-known difference is not there. The two gets fused into one.
So that picture, basically, the earlier picture, I can think of it as
The individualness is, I tried to see, all these are approximation. Seeing that you should not think that I have known the truth. I mean, you have known the truth also. You have to know it when you completely are able to internalize it. That involution I am talking about, it has to come in your mind. Then you will find that immediately there will be a, not only expansion, I will call it a vanishing. You will vanish, I mean you will get evaporated, so to say. A feeling of evaporation should come. All the grossness will go. Everything will appear as subtle. Or the difference of subtle and grossness also will go. So it has to become an upalabdhi, has to become now it is only an understanding through the intelligence, but it has to become a realization by assimilating it and incorporating it fully, absorbing it fully. Is it clear? Here see the expression. So the body-wise still the expression will be there. That when you consider the body there, that is why Ramakrishna Dev used to say that the eyes of the knower will be like this, that he has a picture everywhere in that books. The bird is sitting, hatching the egg, but the eyes are somewhere else. Has it given any clarity or more confusion? Anything else?
We're so habituated in using head to always perceive objects, and so somewhere I think even the search for the truth is subtly we are seeking some kind of an object, maybe, I don't know.
See, the problem is that you have answered your question, we are so habituated. That means you can think of how old are you, so you can count the number of hours you have spent with the world. Swamiji says mind hours. Say the mind hours means you have been thinking of the worldly objects and worldly existence and the sensory world for how many hours in life? You multiply age by the 365 days, then each day by 24 hours, then like that. So much of time we have spent on the objective, interacting with the objects as looking at them as objects as fully. So to make the invisible truth equally present in us, how many hours we have to spend? It may not be that hours, but it depends on how much your dedication is, how much you value it. That is the main point here. All of us should know that finally it depends on, are we valuing the truth? We are calling it the supreme truth. Are we valuing it, giving it the supreme value? For us, the value is for all other things. Even the sari has got more value than the truth, is it not? The time we spent in buying a sari and wearing it, we don't spend on truth. Is it not? So, to have the reality dawn and completely gets embedded in our cells, it needs practice. Practice means, I won't call it practice. Practice is a very misnomer. कुछ नहीं होता है practice से. It has to become your reality. You must have the yearning for it. You must have the emotional association with what you are looking for. Until the emotional association is there, you will consider it to be a theoretical pursuit. Emotional association will make it a real pursuit.
I'm finding that through the sadhana, that after a while it creates, like you said, the aloofness, but then it feels like that aloofness first let the things from the world sort of separate, but then even as you were stating, even the spiritual pursuits feel like another form of seeking that also is sort of emptying out. But in that emptiness that's arising, it feels now something is missing, as if it's like
the missing. If the truth is missed, it is blankness. That is what happened with the Buddhism. Na?
Right, exactly.
Shankaracharya defeated the Buddhists because of that. You are saying shunya. Buddhism, the main point of argument with Shankaracharya is that shunya is the truth, or Shankara is saying purna is the truth.
Right.
The point is that you are saying shunya because you are habituated in seeing something different from yourself. As long as we are used to see something different from ourselves, we get bogged down to that, and we are developing sangha, that means clinging to that. Now, when you don't find the objective universe, you say it is shunya, because you are used to seeing other things. The moment you understand that there is no other thing, the whole thing is full with me alone, with that I alone, with the consciousness alone. So that shunya or the vacuum becomes purna or full with the consciousness. So we are missing the consciousness because we are looking for. So even when in samadhi also we are thinking it is all, nothing is there. Actually everything is in me. Yes, that is what we said, that just meditation will not do. Even to understand the meditational benefit or why in meditation, suppose a person has got samadhi, experientially, he has to understand what it means. See, what happens, we find that even in meditation, you need not have samadhi, but before that what happens is that you get flooded with bliss. That is, people like. That is why they meditate. They think every day I will get that bliss. They don't get, then they leave meditation also. But the fact is that they get flooded with bliss. Now, what is that meditational state? Is it not that you have forgotten the whole world? When you get the bliss, nothing of the world, including your own egoistic personality, nothing was there. So, if that is so, then for Ananda, why are we again running after the objective things? We have now discovered that the Ananda is right within, in my own self. It's a self parameter of the self. After experiencing that the Ananda is flowing, oozing out from, overflowing from within, why are we again running after pizza and good dress and this and that and money and fame and all that? So that is it not? No, first of all you have to say it is foolishness. Let us accept that we are fools. See, why we are always trying to, even if you meditate, are you not trying to look at self, that you are meditating? Those who are doing Vedantic meditation, you are trying to discover, who am I? What is the self? What is the Atma? Is it not? Now, in doing it, those who have actually done the practice, you will know that you are there also, you are looking for the Atma, as if the Atma will rise from somewhere and, oh, today I have seen the Atma is not different from you. But it is our tendency which makes us look for something different from my consciousness, my I. That itself, there itself is the wrong. As long as you are looking for something different from the I, you will not be able to know the Atma. Only when your all effort to look for the Atma is different from you, as an object before you, because we are used to see the object, we never seen the object. Hey, it's the subject. So when we have transcended the tendency to look for the Atma also as an object, you will see the Atma. Otherwise you will not.
That's my question. How does that transcend?
You have to surrender. All the efforts have to be surrendered, then only the Atma will manifest itself.
That it just keeps looking, even though
No, because we are having still desires for the worldly things.
Okay.
As long as that even the minutest desire for worldly enjoyment is there, you will not try to look at it, you will feel that I have died, I am going to die now, because that small ego is going. It is written in the Shastras. Yoginah bibhyati hyasmat abhaye bhayadarshina. That is the ultimate abode of fearlessness. Now, the yogis also, they get scared and come back from that state because they think that I am dying. Why? Because their sangha is so much with the body-mind personality, the small identity, their sangha is, their clinging is so much to his own body-mind personality, that when that is getting dissolved in the real truth, the small ego is getting dissolved in the real I, real consciousness, or the real I-ness, the new identity. They think that I am going to die. So they are not able to. They come back from there because of that. Why? Because we still have desires to, it's called bhogecha, bhog, ichha, bhogecha. That means to enjoy the world. Even when we are trying to know the Atma, it is only to enjoy the world. That I will become a self-realized person. There comes the problem. When you know the self, that individual is not will be there. I mean, that I have become self-realized. That becomes a fulfillment. It's not like that. Time is over. Last question.
So, can Swamiji talk about what led to your spiritual journey? Because what I'm hearing from all this is there is this intense desire or longing for knowing the self, and sort of pulling from all the things that are worldly and then looking at what is consciousness. So
that is initially it is that. That is why in meditation I explained in the beginning that initially it is so. But once you have done, then you have to establish that in everything. That everything is an appearance on that. So everything is a manifestation of the God or the self or so. So then there is no more withdrawal from the God at that point. So you can do both together also. It is not so, but sometimes withdrawal may come. For the meditational practitioners, some withdrawal will be there for some period.
But I was just asking because for me, like letting go of things which I like is very hard. So
it is not hard, it is because you don't know the joy of letting go. When you will understand that the greatest joy lies in letting go everything, the children, the house, the profession, the fame. Oh, it is so much of joy to let go everything. That is what the yogis or the knowers or the sannyasin, why does somebody become sannyasin? Because he has the joy of renouncing everything. When you can, that is why in Ishopanishad the first verse itself said, Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. What is meaning? What is the meaning? You can really enjoy it when you have renounced it. We are not knowing, so we small thing, chota joy, small joy we are enjoying. The real joy we are not getting. It's only caricature of joy we are getting. So you just remember that, but tena tyaktena bhunjitha. That's enough. Until the renunciation dawns within, we won't be able to really enjoy the world. But nobody, they think that here lies the enjoyment. And they are not satisfied. Only when the real enjoyment comes, you will not look for any more enjoyment also. That they don't, there the discrimination is necessary. If have the rich people become fulfilled, the most famous person in the world has become fulfilled, have the most powerful person, president and ministers, they have become fulfilled. No. Then where lies fulfillment? Only when we discover the real source of joy, we become. Okay, we will stop. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodhasvarupam param nischalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranomi prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodhasvarupam param nischalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranomi. Hari Om.